Hey there, Jess in the Rada Kitchen. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to show you how to make Colcannon. It's a super healthy version of mashed potatoes and incorporates lots of great greens like kale, cabbage, and some green onions. We're gonna start by prepping some veggies. So my first vegetable that I have is my cabbage, and I have half of a head here, and we're just going to quarter this. It's going to go into a pot with salted water, and we're gonna boil all our veggies together. So into my bowl. So we're ready to prep our kale. And now if you haven't worked with kale before, it gets really woody the farther down on the stem you go. So we're just going to pull it off. And when you get up to the top of the leaf, this is okay to eat. I just like to take the bottom off. And I really don't think you can have too much kale. I love the flavor. But if you're not a huge fan, use as much or as little as you like. Sometimes I'll also add cauliflower to this dish, or even some cannellini or white beans. So our kale is pretty hearty. We're gonna wanna boil this in our water just as long as our potatoes so that it gets nice and tender. I'm just gonna come in and chop this up so we don't have big, stringy pieces of our greens in our mashed potatoes. We want it to be fairly creamy all together. Just give it a turn here and come back through. So now we're going to have our Yukon Gold potatoes, and I'm just going to use my super parer for that. I don't want to quarter these because I don't like it when my potatoes get super waterlogged. So we're just going to pop these guys in our bowl. I love to use Yukon Gold potatoes because they're so buttery and rich. And you can see I left the skin on. That's just going to keep all those nutrients in our vegetable. About 5 to 7. So we're ready just to transport all our vegetables into our water, and I'm going to bring the temperature of our water up to a boil as we get all of this goodness down in our pot. And I've already salted the water with just some sea salt, and we're going to let this go until our potatoes and cabbage and kale are just nice and tender. So here I've strained off our veggies to get rid of all the excess water, and they're actually gonna go right back into that hot pot that we have. Here we go. We're going to season these up and give them a mix with my hand mixer. So into our pot, I'm going to add some extra virgin olive oil instead of the butter that you would typically put in mashed potatoes. To that, I'm going to add some vegan broth-based seasoning. A good tablespoon, maybe a little bit more. Some white pepper, garlic powder, and then just a little bit of Rada's burger and fry seasoning that I like to use just as my seasonal. And we're gonna go ahead and mix it up. So here's the texture we're looking for, our nice creamy mashed potatoes. So into my mashed potatoes, I'm going to add about 3 thinly sliced green scallions and just give that a quick stir. And we are going to plate that in our bowl. And these are all ready to go. So here we have our creamy and delicious mashed potatoes, and I promise that you will not miss any of that cream or butter that would normally go into this recipe. You could eat these on the side of a baked ham with some ham gravy, or just enjoy this vegan deliciousness all by itself. Thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to check us out at radacutlery.com and to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more great recipes like this one.